I get arrested in November of 2014.
For?
Speeding. They pulled me over for speeding, and they smelled drugs on me and other alcohol, but they smelled the weed primarily. I was very fucked up. Miraculously, I watched the video with my lawyer. I mean, I was driving fine. I was going 50 and a 40. So it's 11:30 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Those cops had nothing better to do. They pull me over, see a kid in a suit and tie. They're thinking, all right, like, I don't know, we're going to get this guy for a speeding ticket. Well, they fucking hit the gold mine.
DUI?
They didn't give me a DUI. So what happened was they asked me to get out of the car. I understand what's going on. When they come to the driver's side, they ask me where I'm going, where I'm coming from. I answer the questions. They come to the passenger side. This is a busy street, but not at this time of night. Come to the passenger side, start asking me the same questions, and I'm realizing they're trying to catch me in a lie. And I'm like, yeah, fuck. They're going to get me here. They asked me to step out of the vehicle, asked me if I had anything to drink. I said, no, lie. They said, have you smoked, I don't know how they worded it, but they asked me if I smoked weed. And I said no. And they said, well, it smells like weed in the car. I get out of the car. They bring me to the trunk, and they said, we're going to get a canine unit here. We're going to call the prosecutor and get a warrant to search the car. I said, okay, yeah, get the warrant. And they do. And they come maybe, I don't even know. I lost track of time when this is going on, right? Call it 25 minutes, 30 minutes later. It wasn't long. They come, and the canine unit hits on the car immediately. And when they hit on the car, they open up the driver's side door, and in the side pocket paneling, whatever you want to call that, I have 3 ounces of weed, Ziploc baggied, and I have my pills in a bottle. Now, if I had taken that pill, like, I didn't think. I was on oxys, Xanax, ketamine, cocaine, alcohol, and weed. And, like, I'm not trying to say that to sound cool. Like, I just was doing everything that night. I was with these dealers at this trap house, and they had all this stuff, and I'm just doing everything. I'm a garbage disposal. And I was just so slow, you know? Like, if I had thought, obviously, what ifs, right? If I had taken the pills, dumped them in my pocket, or just taken the pill bottle itself and put it in my suit jacket pocket, they never searched me. They never searched me. So I get out of the car, and they're like, I'm standing there waiting for the canine unit. I'm not under arrest yet. And I remember it was November. It was a little chilly. I'm standing there. I'm like, all right, like, when are they going to come? And when they hit the car, they open it up. They get all the weed immediately, obviously. And this is before it was a misdemeanor. And they get the pill bottle. They start shaking up the pill bottle, and the cop thought it was Molly. I don't know why, but he thought they were Molly's. They arrest me. They bring me to the station, and they're trying to identify the pills. And I told them they were Adderall, because I actually was prescribed my Adderall still. And the Adderall that I was taking were 10 milligram pills that were blue, but they're way, way bigger than the oxys. I told these cops, because they seemed like a bunch of dumb idiots, I was like, they're Adderall pills. I'll come back tomorrow. This is my genius. I'm like, I'll come back tomorrow. I'll bring you my prescription. Just give me my pills. And they go, I'm plugging in the identify, like what it says on the pill, and it's coming up as oxycodone 30 milligrams. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, they weren't it wasn't clicking for them. They couldn't understand. So finally, they printed up my summons, and they gave me, they charged me with intent, possession, Schedule 1 and Schedule 2, narcotic, and intent to distribute. And the intent was coming from the quantity of the pills and also the quantity of the weed, but also the paraphernalia. They tried to charge me paraphernalia. And then I begged at that point. Like, I didn't get super desperate, but I was like, please, man, I'm going to be in withdrawal. Like, can you just give me a couple of those pills? Just a couple. You already charged me with a felony. Just give me a couple. Because, like, more than 5 pills was a felony. That's what I was told. And I had 55 or 51. I was like, just give me 4 of them, 5 of them. Just let me get through the night. And I don't know how it happened, but they literally gave me my summons, and they brought me back to my car, and I drove home. And I searched. I rummaged through every single drawer I had in my room. I had Suboxone, where I knew where that was, but I wasn't going to take it. I found a few Xanax bars that I tucked away.
For people that don't know, Suboxone prevents you from going into withdrawal.
Which I already was in withdrawal at that point. So right. I could have taken the Suboxone and been fine, but that, to me, was waving the white flag and surrendering. And so I popped my Xanax bars, and I went to bed, and the next day had a dealer who had fronted me those pills, by the way, come to the house and give me some more, and I had to give him a certain amount of money by a certain time or I was screwed. And
so did you get multiple charges, including felonies, misdemeanors, and you're calling you the dealer. Did you call a lawyer also?
Called my uncle, my dad's brother, the next day.
He's a lawyer?
He's a lawyer, not a criminal lawyer. And so I told him that I got arrested for weed. We got on a phone call with a criminal attorney, and they started telling me to read off the charges, so I'm reading them off, and they're like, well, if you got charged with I think Schedule 1 is oxys. If you got charged with Schedule 1, that's not weed. And I'm like, oh yeah, I also got arrested for having 50 oxys on me. And my uncle was like, what? And starts freaking out, and he's like, and it was pretty apparent at that point that I was struggling, but they didn't know what I was really doing,